Hello, welcome to another video where I will be reading for a specific group of people. We're doing this through microastrology, but following what is referred to as pop astrology, where it's generalized and it's not specified to it's not to a specific person because, I don't have your time of birth and all that stuff. Because, astrology is very time oriented. It needs that. That's the way it works. So, let's see what we get here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to uh, set up my thing here. All right, so let's see what we get. Okay, so I'm going to do the coin toss first because it allows me to determine the specifics. One more time. Okay, tails. That means two dice. Let's see this. Three, Gemini. All right, so let's see what we get here. All right. So for those who are new to my channel, um, what do you call this? What do you call this? I work with asteroids, like over 200 of them. And because there's so much, I have to narrow things down. So let's see what we get first. Do it this way randomly. See what we get. See if anything pops up for Gemini here. Okay, the first thing I see is Siren. Okay, so good. It's actually conjunct Uranus right now. So that means Uranus is still in the sign of Siren. It's still in Gemini, so it's pulled back a little bit. Um, Actually, it's moving quite fast now that I think about it. Interesting. So Cyrene, or rather the sirens, will be our focus today. Let's see what this. Okay. So it's about what do you call this? Reduction, seduction, and ruin or success. The sirens are the ones who would lure people to their deaths, the ships, right? So there's more to that. But again, it's a lure, seduction, irresistibility, lust, attraction, those kind of things. It's tied to Gemini, so that means that there's kind of like, it's kind of love everywhere, I would say, based on what I'm seeing here. Earthly desires, maybe earthly desires for knowledge or wanting to know. Um, Sort of like it's a drawn to certain information, drawn to like maybe also being kind of everywhere, drawn to writing, could be also drawn to those kind of things, being tempted, being charmed, being kind of like, it feels like there's a lot of work put into information, a lot of information, or studying, or learning, or even just short distance traveling, just being around, kind of like everywhere. A lot of the mind stuff is happening probably in this case. It's really tied to the conjunct it has with Uranus, which is pretty much electric, right? Um, because this isn't specified to a specific person. I don't know what area of your life it is. I did not draw the dice for this one. So this could be pertaining to anyone also who might be affected. If it's what you call negatively placed, it might be affecting people like Pisces, especially if your sun sign or your moon sign, or your personal planets all the way to Mars is in the later degrees of Pisces, Virgo, and also Sagittarius. Okay, so there might be also things like fear projection, shame related stuff, mockery, things that are very much like very drawn to it. There is a certain sexuality to it as well, sure. This is a mutable sign, so that means that it doesn't always last long. It could be transitioning, it could be sort of an ending of something into the new phase of things, right? Once Uranus goes into Cancer, it'll be sudden changes within home environments, water, harbors, anything to do with water, location close to the oceans, emotions will be sort of like family environments, ancestry, that kind of stuff. But it's still in Pisces, so that I mean it's still in Gemini, so that means it's going to be more about neighbors, your immediate environments as well. Your siblings is also tied to this one. Okay. This also could include grass is green on the other side, so maybe looking towards thoughts or information or knowledge or wisdom even that is greener on the other side. Might be kind of entanglement included in this one. Ambiguity, maybe something like you feel like you're drowning out, it feels kind of like just in knowledge, just kind of like empty or overpowering knowledge, maybe. Pleasurable knowledge, okay. There might be resistance and rejection, repelling suppression and repression. Self-control might be needed for this one because it's such a flexible sign. It's the most flexible sign out of all the zodiac signs, at least in that regard. It's that energy. Okay, maybe she has issues with not shining, something to do with escapism, which ties in with this square to any placements. Well, to 28 degrees in Pisces, give or take a 6 or 8 degree orb. Okay, for those who know what I'm talking about, they know what I'm talking about. Maybe vengeance might be part of this one. Any sort of addictions might be part of this. Watch out for those kind of things. Perceptions through senses, okay, interpretation might be skewed a little bit, but watch out for those. Make sure you get the facts straight. Okay, climaxes, orgasm, probably part of this one as well. Might be tied into the Virgo placement because Virgo sometimes wants things to be so pure that its shadow comes through in Pisces, that it's like, addictions and all that stuff, right? The shadow of Gemini is shown through Sagittarius, which is like um, dogmatism, maybe kind of it's getting things super, super right. But it also could mean that you have like maybe prophetic abilities, um, potential for that as well. So charms is also part of this one. Enchantments, any sort of trophies, legacies, or maybe gaslighting. Watch out for that one. Singing also, any musical instruments. So it's any musical instruments. Lullabies is definitely part of this one. Okay, so maybe you have to wear earplugs, or maybe you're drowning out things, or you're resisting things. Again, it could be those kind of things. It can also be tied to things like flowers, ropes, cords, seatbelt straps, any sort of thing that binds, the kind of stuff. Handcuffs, okay? Positive and negative poles of magnets, so maybe certain magnetism might be included in this one. It is in the anaretic degrees of Gemini, and that means it has a uh, it has a Taurus pull to it. That's where also the seduction kind probably comes in. Maybe sort of like things that are pleasurable, right? So there's a Dwad. I look at the Dwads when it comes to the signs as well. Let's see what we get here. Short-term things, shotgun weddings, short-term marriages, okay? Succubi, vampires, mermaids, okay? This could also be, of course, figurative. Take it as you see it. Eloping, bungee jumping. So that means people might be doing something extreme, skydiving, free diving, that kind of stuff. Um, you might encounter certain things too, like silver moons or the moonlight, fogs, mirages, illusions, distortions. Okay, so heat, shimmer, light refraction, hazes, reflections, and refractions. Um, Out of body experiences. Okay, escape routes, watch out for that as well. Social corruption, maybe prostitution and brothels included here. Caves, caverns, birds, owls in flight, basilisks, snakes, jackals, predation or preying predator or predator versus prey, feathers or feather plucking, scales, skin, flaying, wings and tails, hybrid, mixed breed animals, biracial people. That could also tie in with the Gemini polarity, right? Imposed or enforced service, psychopomps, guides, ushers, sweet and sweet candy or overly sweet candy, aromatic scents, hunger, starvation, mirrors, mock exams, or mock objects. That can be also kind of tied to Gemini as well. Let's take a look at what we have for health. If because this is transiting, excuse me, it could be something to do with your neck or throat, eyes, ears, vocal cords, your heart, reproductive system, skin, hair, and specific also brain's the brain's temporal parietal junction or TP. Okay, number one will be part of this one. So that means more like focus on yourself, focus on your thing. I'm not really into numerology right now, so take it as it is. Um, June 26th is day coming up. It's a World Drug Day, International Day Against Drug Abuse and Illicit Trafficking. That's way far ahead. I mean, about 2 months from now, 3 months from now. So yeah, so that's just a day to maybe look out for. I don't know if you're planning anything for that day for those who are Gemini. Okay. Uh, let's see what else did I miss here. So watch out for anything that's alarming as well. Shocking alarms, yelping, that kind of stuff, like shocking things. If it's transiting your chart, if Uranus is transiting your chart and it's close to the personal planets, watch out for the nervous system or unexplainable things, right? So it's kind of again mysterious kind of things. If you are moving by any chance at this time of year, anywhere that's quiet, right? So anywhere from Angel Falls in Venezuela, Loch Lomond in Scotland, Periyar River in India, Denali in the US, Namib Desert in Namibia, Redwood National Park in California, Khor Virap, Armenia, Lumahai Beach in Hawaii, the Lake Atitlan in Guatemala, Ghost Ranch in NM. What state is that? NM. New Mexico, Koh Lipet in Thailand, Serengeti National Park in Tanzania, Blue Lagoon, Iceland, the Shwedagon Paya in Myanmar or Burma, Plitvice Lakes in Croatia, the Stone Forest in China, Machu Picchu, Halong Bay in Vietnam, Drepung Monastery in Tibet, Kopan Monastery in Nepal. Anywhere also where sounds are ecstatic and natural, winter forests, calm creeks, anthropomorphically disrupted places, anthropophonically disrupted places, meaning non-disturbed by unnatural sounds, very natural sounds, right? That includes the Amazon rainforest, Siberia, wild forest, the forests of Sweden, northern Canada. Okay. So I think that's about it. I hope that helps. I hope that gives you some insight into what's happening here. This is through Cyrene. Thank you very much, Cyrenes, for the message. I will see you guys later. If you have any questions, let me know. See you guys later. Bye.